I'm going to show you my rain gutters and kind of talk to you about how I did the process and what worked for me and what I wish I would have done better for next time. So right now I just have the rain gutter on the lower section of the house, the older section of the house, because the grade is not so great here, and I've done what I could to get it so it slopes away from the house, but I still need to, in the springtime, I need to do a concrete section right here, and I need to get my downspout drains in. What I have here is just kind of temporary, but it's better than it's ever been, and it's keeping the water away from the house. So let's walk through it. And I want to start over here and show you what I'm talking about with these temporary downspouts. See, I don't have really enough slope on my house, so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to build it up with a concrete patio, and then I'll do the downspout drains, and they'll go underground under the patio. I just have the temporary drains right now, and you can see they are working. So I did not do seamless rain gutters, and the reason I didn't do seamless rain gutters is because I'm doing this myself, and I do not have a seamless rain gutter machine. And I called out around, and it's just around here, it's just like it's hard to get people to return phone calls, and nobody wants to come out here. And so I finally found a place in town where they would run the gutter out for me, and I can only haul a 16-foot piece at a time, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to haul the entire sections and make it a seamless rain gutter, which is okay. You know, this is my house, and I've sealed it right here on the inside with the gutter sealer, and I've riveted them together. And I went with the steel gutter. I went with the 6-inch steel gutter, okay? Now the reason I went with steel is because out here in Colorado, this is the state that gets the most hail damage of anywhere in the country. So luckily someone I talked to said, no, you do not want aluminum gutters, you want steel. So I went with the steel. It's heavier, it's harder to work with, but if it doesn't get beat up by the hail, I'm all for it. Now that being said, I could not find steel downspouts. I don't even know if they make them. So those are aluminum downspouts. I don't care if they're aluminum downspouts because the hail is going to have a really hard time destroying those downspouts. And so I just wanted the gutter steel. And now the little end caps are aluminum. And I didn't have a problem putting aluminum end caps either because I didn't think the hail was going to get to those. Now let me tell you what to look for. If you ever have someone run out some gutter for you, this is what happened to me, and I didn't really know what was going on. They kind of called my attention, and they said, you know, here's how it's coming out of our machine, and they had already rolled out most of it, and it was just, it took me like literally weeks and weeks just to find these people that would actually run it out of their machine. And so I told them, I said, well, you know, it's going to take me longer to put my rain gutter up now because you see how this edge is all messed up right here? Now the hanger doesn't really want to go up in properly. And I can't really bend this back out because it's steel. So they gave me a nice discount, and I said, it's okay. You know, I want the steel rain gutters. I'll still put it up. It's my own house. And so what I did is I came back and I spray painted the gutters and the downspouts just because the downspouts were a little bit of a different sheen. But now with the spray paint, it's basically the same paint. And they are kind of dirty. It's kind of tacky when you do the spray paint. And this is during the winter, so they didn't really dry out very well. But later, if I go to repaint my house at some point, I can just spray paint the whole rain gutter. And you see these little clips right here. I didn't get a chance to spray those, and I'm not gonna sit there and spray paint that right up next to the house because this is the wrong time of the year to be doing painting and spray paint. But anyway, kind of how I overcame this problem of the gutter is I still put the clips in, and I'm sorry I can't really show how those are in, but if you've seen the downspout clips before, you know that they're supposed to hook under here, okay? But that's not hooking. And so what I did is I still put it up, but then I came back and I riveted through every single one. So every place you see the little white rivet, that's how I have the rain gutter supported up there, and it's strong. I can basically hold my weight up there, okay? So with your downspouts, it does matter the direction you put those on. Just, you know, remember which way you want the water to flow so it doesn't come leaking out. And this little corrugated junk, this is just temporary, just to get the water away from my basement. And then this part of the house right here, there's no basement. This is over a slab on grade, so I wanted to get the water away from the basement. And then I'll go over here and I'll show you the other part. While I'm walking over there, this is the little pattern because I have a hip roof, and anywhere you have a hip or a valley, you're gonna have to cut your pieces like this. And this is the 6-inch gutter, so you just do a 6-inch, draw a line and connect it. I know that's not a good explanation, but there's better videos out there. You could watch Mark Corvelli, raingutteruniversity.com. That's the one I watched, and showed me how to cut the boxes. Okay, so right there on the inside corner, I just made the box. Okay, now the reason I didn't just cut those in one piece is because I'm doing this out here in the freezing weather, and I don't want to be out here, you know, fiddling around with the tape and trying to make the cuts and fit them. I just want to be in my garage where it's warm, where I can make the box, put it together, rivet it together, seal it, come out here, plop it in, and then plop in the straight pieces. So this way that I did it with the boxes, it's not the best way, but it works. You know, my line of thinking is, well, the worst thing that could happen is the caulking could fail years down the road, you know, but with me, with my skill set, I don't have to sit there and stress out that nobody's coming out to my house to fix my leaky gutters. All I have to do is just climb up on a ladder one Saturday, 5 minutes, throw some caulking in there, and it's good. So that's why I wasn't worried about having a few extra seams, and I'm not super worried that this is not a seamless gutter, because truth be told, anytime you have a hip or a valley on a house, you're not getting a seamless gutter, because there's going to be a seam, at least one seam in your valley or your hip. So I'm not too worried about it. Now this is how I connected my downspouts on this side, because earlier in the summer I was able to do a yard drain, and I've dug all the way out through here, and I've put that yard drain through. And so now the ultimate goal was to be able to run my downspouts into the yard drain, so they're in there now. And I'm still not sure whether I should have put the downspout right here, turned it the other way, and came down here, because of the way it slopes. So I don't know if I'm going to have some standing water up in there. I'll have to kind of monitor that through the year and see if it's going to bother me. If it does bother me, then what I'll do is I'll take this downspout off, I'll plug the hole, seal it, cut a hole there, change the direction of the downspout, and make it a B elbow instead of an A elbow. So if you're going to be doing rain gutters, and I didn't know the difference between the A elbows and the B elbows, but it's just the way that the rain gutter faces. Okay, I knew about the A elbows and the B elbows, but I didn't have a super plan. It's like one of those things you get into, and then once you're done, you're like, oh, I should have changed that. So that might have been one thing that I want to change, is make those into the B elbows instead of the A elbows. But it's okay for now. I mean, it's keeping all the water away from the house, which it should do. And I'm probably not the only one with standing water in the rain gutters. And it's not like it's going to be holding 6 inches of standing water. It's just going to be holding it until the water reaches the same elevation as the hole, if that makes sense. So anyway, but I do have you can see how I sloped the rain gutters. Before that, it always bothered me to look at a house and see the slope on the rain gutter, but you know, now that I get thinking about it, it's like the purpose of the rain gutter is for the water to drain. So if it doesn't have a slope on it, then it's not going to drain right. So I got plenty of slope on my rain gutters. And I'll show you over here where I was really fighting. I was really fighting that rippled edge right here. See that kind of where it's kind of dented? What I did is I put those hangers in and I kind of wrenched them around from side to side, and it left my rain gutter a little bit dented up there. So I'm gonna have to get up on a ladder and see if I can pound that dent out. But again, it's like, you know, there's little things like you just have to learn to live with when you're doing a DIY. You just have to be able to forgive yourself and realize that you don't do this every day for a living, and just there's a certain point where you have to say, okay, well, that's good enough. You know, it's doing the thing it was supposed to do. I didn't pay anybody for that. I got it for free, so that's just might have to be something I just kind of live with, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Anyway, so that's just showing you the rain gutters on the lower section. I still have all that to do, the high stuff, and I'm not going to do it right now because it's winter. It's a bad time to do it. And this section of the house is just over a garage. It's on a slab on grade, so it's not like there's going to be water getting into the basement. Right here, I had a lot of water coming down here all the time, and I was able to slope the dirt away from the house, but still it's like I just need to get that water off the roof and down into those drains, and so I finally got that done. So anyway, I hope my little journey here with the rain gutters helped you out, and maybe you know what to look for, especially if you're going to have somebody roll the gutters out of their machine. Then just look at that profile, and you know what the profile is supposed to look like. And you know, if you have to hit curveballs like I did, then you could do it just by riveting. Just drill into those hangers and rivet it in, and that's going to hold it up well enough. So anyway, hope that helps. We'll see you next time.